7.
The Buzz is proudly sponsored by Cayman Insurance Center, specializing in property, life, and other lines of insurance products and services. And Kirk Market. Experience a world of choice.
Radio Cayman, maintaining the innovation.
And now, Radio Cayman presents The Buzz, an insightful and fresh take on a variety of issues that impact the local environment. This is where we address the topics that matter. Here's your host, Kathy Miller.
Good morning, Cayman. Good morning, good morning. Happy Tuesday, 28th of April. I cannot believe that April has come pretty much to an end. Almost to an end. Do we remember exactly a year ago what was going on? It was elections time. Do we remember? I remember because, boy, 14-hour days. That lasted for quite a long time. I just wanted all the sleep in the world afterwards. But, hey, that was last year. So fast forward to right now. We are at the end of April for 2026. I cannot believe how fast, first of all, the first quarter flew by. Already in 2026. We're almost halfway through the year. This is insane to me. It's going really, really fast. But, you know, we got to take our time and enjoy the days and the time that we do have. On The Buzz this morning, I haven't been able to highlight an entrepreneur in a second. You know, I've done longer kind of interview formats, but I am very happy that I have a young Caymanian entrepreneur in studio with me today. And he just told me, so I said, you know, this is how I'm going to intro you. He used to be a host on Youth Flex. If you guys all remember Youth Services Unit, which was led up by James Miles with Youth Flex. He used to run Youth Flex here on Radio Cayman. And our guest today is Elihandro Bodden. So a former Youth Flex host and also a filmmaker and entrepreneur and CEO of Home Pros Cayman, a property maintenance company. So good morning, Elihandro. How are you doing?
Thank you so much for having me, Ms. Kathy.
No problem. It's good to have you.
I'm doing well. And you're right. April did go by very quickly.
The whole year so far is flying by. I'm like, whew, slow down a little. If it's going to go by that fast, bring me money just as fast. That's what I say. Bring me money just as fast, an opportunity.
Right.
So I found it so interesting. You said you used to be the Youth Flex host on Radio
I used to love Youth Flex. When I came back to the radio Cayman, I was like, wow. Last time I've been here was when I was 17.
Okay, I'm not going to ask you how old you are.
22. It's fine.
Okay, he volunteered.
I volunteered.
Okay, so
but a lot has changed in those years. You know, I'm a business owner now.
Yeah.
Like what? I did not expect this. Yeah.
Okay, so, you did not expect that.
Nope.
So what vision did you have for yourself? Go back to your Youth Flex days. What vision did you have for yourself that you were going to do in your future, or you wanted to do?
It was more circulated around sports and YouTube. I just wanted to be a content creator. I didn't really want to be a business owner. That wasn't like in my mind at all. It was just like, it was more uncertainty because I didn't know what I wanted to do around that time. So it was just like a lot of people telling me this, telling me that. And back then I was way more malleable, like, you know, like naive to like people's advice. Now I'm just like, I'm like grounded. But back then it was just like, very uncertainty, listening to parents, families, and friends about like you should do this, that, you know,
and that's
traditional
hard.
routes. Yeah, it's very hard.
Because when you don't know, I didn't know until I was, I think, 24, what I wanted to do.
Right.
And yeah, I could have gone to university for stuff and studied that I never would have used or applied in my life. But it wasn't until I was really 24 that I was like, this is what I'm really, really good at, and I understood at that point what I should get a degree in. Mm-hmm. So it wasn't something I knew when I was younger.
What degree
for sure.
do you have?
Now it's digital marketing.
Digital marketing.
But right before I moved here, I was going to do a communications degree. This was in Canada, but then I moved here first. So I didn't. I just ended up going to UCCI, and then I saved enough money and did a online degree through the UK on my own. So that was really hard. I don't recommend that. Get a scholarship if you can.
No, for real.
But that's how I did it. So,
but you do it?
At that, when I was your age too, or younger than that, I had no idea.
I think I was finishing my associate's degree around that age, 17, because I was at UCCI. I did business administration. That's the degree that my mom registered me as. I didn't know what I wanted to do, so I said, okay, I'll do it. And then the classes were like very neutral. Like, you know, I would take like psychology, economics. So I'm just like, I'm loving that, but I don't know what I want to do.
Yes.
So this is useful information. So let me just store it for right now, and then we'll come back to it in a few years. That's what my approach was.
Yeah.
And I did good. As I wasn't really the smartest in high school. I had like 10 CXC passes, but they weren't all like ones. They were like 1s, 2s, 3s here. And then after I went to UCC, I don't know, something just got into me. I guess I just took my life more seriously. So I was getting A's all semesters and graduated with a 3.91 GPA. I was actually the highest achiever in the AA in business degree.
Awesome.
At the graduation, they gave me like a little award. And I was just like, what? I'm not this smart. Like, where is this coming from? I don't know. I guess I just woke up. And then I just transferred my credits to FIU, Florida International Universities overseas. I figured it would be good to get some exposure because I lived in Cayman for like 18 years, and I guess I just wanted to
Spread your wings.
Spread my wings.
Yeah.
And
I think that's really important to do.
my mom was very supportive towards it. I did get 2 scholarships because of my grades from the government, and then 1 overseas from FIU. And I did that for another 2 years, and I graduated in August of 2023. And that's where I run into a little roadblock after, because I was just like, okay, I did all this, and I'm just like, I still don't know what I want to do.
Okay,
And
so even at
that
FIU,
time,
you
I was
weren't
like
sure.
20.
Okay.
So I'm just like, what do I do? But the way how the American program is I actually left college when I was 19. Like, I finished all my like bachelor's degree, but I didn't graduate until August of 2023. And that's when I was like 20. So it took a year of like, I guess, a gap year. But it wasn't really a gap year because I finished all my courses. It's just that the graduation, it takes a little while in America. So around that time, I didn't know what I wanted to do, and I definitely didn't want to move back home. So I started working with this tech company over there called Vivint. I was selling security systems door to door, and I kind of fell in love with the how like I learned business through like living in the real world. 'Cause it was a very hard job. Like, we would fly to every 6 months. We would do like turnarounds in different states.
I want you to go back. You said doing business in, quote, the real world.
Yes, ma'am.
Unpack that, because I like to say that a lot, but when you say the real world, what do you mean?
When you have bills, when you have the degree. Okay, the real world is basically, okay, we are very protected as children. Like, you know, we go to school, we come home, we eat dinner, we do our homework, play sports, whatever. Yeah, you do that for years, and now it's just like, okay, when you go in the real world, you realize that no one's coming to save you, right? Mom and dad is going to help you out here and there, but at the end of the day, like, it's up to you to, you know, build that foundation for your life. So after I was just like, let me just start this work thing, because I've worked jobs from time I was 15, you know, on summer breaks till, you know, since when I was 19, and I didn't know what I wanted to do. But now it's just like, okay, I graduated so early. Like, I'm starting life so early. I need to do something. Like, I can't just like try to be perfect. I just want to start doing something. So I just started selling security systems door to door. And after a year of working with that company, I became the #1 sales rep in Florida.
Wow.
Yes, ma'am.
That's huge.
Yes, ma'am.
What were the biggest skills you think you learned in sales?
Communication.
Okay, excellent.
Communication and building rapport with people.
Yeah.
Because
it's about relationships.
It's about relationships, because I was selling to random strangers, like homeowners. They're like 45, 50 years old. I'm just like, what? Like, after the sale, I'll be like, wait, I just met this person like five minutes ago. I know they're signing up for like a $4,000 system. I'm like, what? Like, this is insane. But I guess the biggest thing about it is just building trust and being honest too, because people can feel that you're honest with them, even if you might think that you're scamming them. Like, when you put everything down and show them the details, they're like, okay, I want this. It's their decision at the end of the day.
Right.
I'm just helping them. I'm a doctor. I'm trying to help you solve your problem. You know?
Right.
So that's what it was.
Doctor's a stretch there.
Well,
yes.
I'm a consultant.
I feel you. Well, that's pretty good. Okay, I like that, because my main job here is sales. So that's why I ask you, okay, what in that main thing of scale in sales, what did you learn?
The biggest thing though is learning how to get small yeses.
Small yeses.
Yeah. Okay. So it's just having them realize that it is a need, and once you get that yes, then you can go into the solutions. Because if they don't see a need to solve the problem, they're not going to want to solve the problem.
Right.
And the problem is security.
Yeah.
Right?
And everybody wants security. I mean, I want security.
You don't want security.
I definitely do. Are you kidding? We all want it.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So how did you transition from working for that tech company? What happened after that?
Yes. So what happened after that? So we worked it's so crazy. In a matter of 2 years, I went to like 4 states in America to work 6 months at a time. So started off in Miami, then we went to Orlando, then we went to the Bronx, New York, then we went to Texas, and then we ended at North Carolina and Atlanta. It was all over the place. Like, we would do blitz in different states. A blitz is basically like a week that we fly to a different state and we sell.
Okay.
And whoever wins, they get like an award. So they made it like, it was like a
Bit of
It's like a beta thing. I don't know what's that. It's like a fraternity job, if that makes sense. No, does it?
Well,
but the way
I
the
didn't go to
culture was
traditional
like a
university
fraternity.
with frats, so
The culture was like a fraternity.
Okay.
But the money was like a real job. So
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
like,
Okay.
it was a weird thing because I was so young. I was just like, I'm just going with the flow because these people are cool and I'm getting paid. Like, let me just see how long it can go before I get arrested. But then it would keep going. I'm just like, wait, this is an actual job.
why would you get arrested?
No, but it felt like illegal.
Oh,
But I
okay.
think it was just the change of dynamics of like knocking on a random person's door. But like after I got over like the psychology of the job, it was just like it's fun. Like my customers still text me this day like, thanks Eli. Like,
nice.
yeah, after years they will still text me. I think they will forget about me, but they don't because it's actually like a real service.
Oh,
that
nice.
they enjoy.
Okay.
So we did that, and then going back to your question that you said like what happened after that. I think I was in North Carolina. It was August of 2024. I ran into like an immigration issue, so I had to move back home.
Was it ice? Wait, was ice around then?
No, it wasn't.
Okay.
Nice.
Good
It was
God.
more of
Thank
like
God.
it was more like after you graduate from FIU or like America University on like a degree, if you don't do like a STEM degree, you only get 1 year to stay in America after.
Oh, okay.
So it's called post completion OPT.
Okay.
If you do a STEM degree, you get 3 years to get like an actual job.
Okay.
So that's how like some people are able to stay in America after they graduate, and some people don't, because if you don't have a STEM job, you can't really stay in America like more than a year.
Gotcha.
So that's what happened to me. So I had to move back home. Wasn't really the happiest, but my aunt that lived in Atlanta, I stopped to her house before I flew back from Atlanta to Cayman, and we had like this whole discussion because she knew that this was gonna happen from a year ago, because she just like let you let go, because she knows like she's a Caymanian, she lives in America, she has dual citizenship, and she knows like this is exactly what happened to me when I was younger.
Yeah.
So she talked to me and she kind of lifted me up because I was kind of getting sad because I had to leave all my friends and coworkers that I loved hanging around. But when I moved back to Cayman, I was very open-minded because it's like I'm not gonna cry over the fact that I can't stay in America anymore, because I mean things happen.
Things happen, yeah.
So when I moved back here, I struggling to find a job, This is what a lot of Caymanians, some of my friends go through right now. So I was just like, I'm good at sales. Let me just go knock on someone's door. And I would sell like window cleaning. It was crazy. I would sell a lot of window cleaning. I have like go around neighborhoods and have these little sales. And I was just like, wait, I could probably start selling other stuff too. Let me wash someone's car or something. So eventually I would do that, and I built my business around window cleaning. So if you tell people Home Pros, they'd be like, I remember that guy from 3 years ago. He knocked on my door. That's Eli. So they will tell you that we're a window cleaning company. But recently, a year ago, we rebranded now. So now we do everything.
So you started as a window cleaning.
It's a window cleaning company.
Did you even know that you were starting a business? You
No.
were just like, I just need to make some money. And
I was just trying to make money. I didn't even.
Anyway.
When I would get these sales, I was just like, okay, this is just a summer job. And
you
then
didn't care about cleaning windows or cars or anything.
no, like
that.
the service was high quality. I get a lot of referrals. That's how I was able to keep the business going. But I didn't. It just didn't feel like something I would do for my life.
Gotcha.
It just felt like a filler.
I
like a
understand.
time gap filler.
Yeah.
And then I would look at like my phone and my database of all my customers, and I have like 125 customers in a matter of 3 months. I'm just like, wow, what if I do this full time?
That's pretty good.
Yeah, right? Like, imagine if I did this full time, like how much customers I would have over a year.
Yeah.
So I was just like, all right, let me just keep going. And then all of a sudden, after I would do a job, they're like, oh, do you also do like gutter cleaning? I was just like, Google,
I do now.
What is gutter cleaning? Oh, yeah, you just have
I'll figure it out.
Yes, I can do gutter cleaning. How much do you charge? 1 second.
Yeah.
What should I charge for gutter cleaning? And then I would set the prices that Google has in US and just convert it to CI and send them it. And they were like, okay. Because it was like way undercoded. I didn't know, but I was just willing to do the work because I just wanted to.
You were very much on the fly.
Yeah, and anything my customers request, I usually try to, compensate for them.
Right.
So I would do that, and then window cleaning was the primary service. Then it went to gutters, and then it went to like pressure washing, and then I was just like, my dad is very good at tiling and interior design, and that's what he does. So he does like floor finishings, painting. So he taught me how to do those stuff, and then I offered it, and it just takes that one first customer to really learn a lot about.
So you learned how to do the tiling and floors and all. Wow. Yeah. Okay. We got to take a break right now. Okay. So when we come back from the break, we're just going to get into more into your services and your story right now. It's awesome.
I'm excited. Thanks so much.
Looking for fresh, healthy food that's full of flavor? Then you've got to visit Kirk Market. Our dishes are made with fresh, high-quality ingredients. Enjoy vibrant mixed greens or satisfying pasta salads. Or try one of our delicious grill options like blackened chicken, spicy beef steak, or grilled salmon. Looking for something light and flavorful? We've got sushi rolls and poke bowls prepared daily. And don't forget to explore a hot bar or Billy Fresh salad at the salad bar. Stop by Kirk Market today for breakfast, lunch, or dinner and taste the difference. Eat well, live well with Kirk Market.
I'm Michael Webster.
And I'm Denise Brown of Cayman Insurance Center.
Family is not the most important thing, it's everything.
We have worked with the community and their families on protecting themselves for the future.
Whether it's providing top-rated life insurance
or protecting your family's household investment.
From our family to yours, we understand and we care.
I'm Denise Brown. Call me at 814-7229.
And I'm Michael Webster at 925-5433.
We are Cayman Insurance Center.
Specializing in property, life, and other lines of insurance products and services at an affordable rate. We are Michael and
Denise at Cayman Insurance Center.
Call today.
It's time for Mother's Day savings at A.L. Thompson's. Enjoy great deals on all KitchenAid small appliances, including the Pure Power Blender, the iconic 5-quart stand mixer, and the versatile dual convection countertop oven with air fryer. Whether you're blending, baking, roasting, or air frying, let us help you make every meal simpler and every result better. Upgrade your kitchen with Mother's Day savings on KitchenAid small appliances now through May 9th at A.L. Thompson's.
Got plant problems? DOA got solutions. The Department of Agriculture is proud to launch its monthly plant clinic, taking place every second Saturday, starting April 11th. Bring your samples and get professional advice on pests, diseases, and overall plant health. Perfect for home gardeners and commercial farmers alike. Visit doa.gov.ky/latest-news to learn more.
The Spring Labor Force Survey and Quality of Life Survey conducted by the Economics and Statistics Office is currently underway. The Labor Force Survey collects information on employment and unemployment in the Cayman Islands, while the Quality of Life Survey gathers feedback on well-being, financial security, community belonging, and overall life satisfaction. Trained interviewers with official ESO ID cards will visit randomly selected households. All interviews are confidential under the Statistics Act, and no individual information will be published. For details, call the ESO hotline at 516-3329.
The Buzz with your host, Kathy Miller.
Thank you. Welcome back to The Buzz. I'm your host, Kathy Miller, and I am in studio with Elihandro Bodden. He's a filmmaker and entrepreneur and CEO of Home Pros Cayman, which is a property maintenance company. We were just getting the details from Elihandro on how he started Home Pros Cayman. So it started with him moving back to the Cayman Islands, not really struggling to find work and saying, okay, I can do a little bit in sales here. So I'm just going to knock on people's doors and see if I could sell them. Was it window cleaning product?
Yeah, it was.
And then that turned into, let me clean your windows.
Yep.
And then it turned into, hey, can you do gutters? And then you learned how to do tiling and floors from your dad. Mm-hmm. Okay, so that's where we left off. Mm-hmm. All right, so what was the next step? What happened next?
The next step was I started, once I got quite a bit of client base, I just hired one guy and we would just go out and a team of two is way better than a team of one. Because when I'm tired, he can still work. And when I'm taking lunch, he can be there. And when I'm taking lunch, when I'm there, he can take lunch, So that's what we were doing. We would be able to bang out like 3 jobs a day, so we would be able to do 15 jobs a week, which is a good frequency for only 2 guys, right? Mm-hmm. You can get a lot of stuff done. And we were working all over Cayman. Like we would go to West Bay and then we'd have clients in East End. Like I didn't care. Like I would drive like 200 miles a day. Like literally, like if you check my truck's mileage right now, it's at 90,000. I bought it when it was like at 65,000. Okay. In a matter of a year, I put 30,000. Like,
wow, yeah. You've been driving.
I've been driving. All my friends know it. They're just like, yeah, Eli is always on the road. But that's just me. So yeah, it would go from 2 guys, me and a guy, and then he would have skills that I don't. Like he knows how to do like plumbing and electrical. I didn't know how to do that. Oh. So whenever we would do like a gutter cleaning and something like that, customers just like, I have this leak or like something like in my toilet. Can you check it out? It's like, yeah, we can. I don't know.
I know you went to Google. What does a toilet leak? Yes.
But my employee knew how it was. So I'm like, yeah, we can. And then when he would do it, I would just watch him because I want to know how to do it too. And then he would just twist something and put it. I'm just like, that's it. Like literally, it's so easy, you know. So then he would start teaching me how to do electrical sockets changes and how to turn off an electrical system in a house and wire it, and do all. I know how to do all that now.
Do you not have to be licensed to do electrical work?
Yeah.
Okay.
We have certifications.
Okay.
I took a certification to get it done. I have one. I did one online. It was like a 4-hour video that you watch. Like I would break it up into a day, and you have.
Okay.
So, but like the actual physical work is different from having the certification. Because I have the certification, but you can only do so much from watching videos. Like I want to go out there and get my screwdriver, and plug the wires in, and So that's that. And then, as you work harder and get more clients and get more reviews and stuff and referrals. I remember one day I knocked on this guy's door. I can't really say his name because he's a billionaire. He doesn't he's rich as fuck. Oh, I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Oh, sorry. He's rich.
Good morning.
And he said that he's working on this project, like this yacht, and he's looking for like carpenters. And I don't know how to do carpentry that good. I know how to do carpentry, but one of my employees, Kirk, he knows how to do it well. So we took on that contracting deal. And we started building this yacht for the customer, like the flooring, the decking, the walls, everything, and the electrical and stuff like that. And it's still in progress right now. It's at Harbor House Marina. Wow. It's the first all-electric pirate ship in Cayman, and it's going to be at 7 Mile Beach.
Did you say pirate ship?
Yeah, it's a pirate ship, and it has Tesla engines on it, so it's very quiet. So they made it so innovative. I had to take on that project.
Interesting.
As soon as it's done, I'm going to post it on my Home Pros Cayman website so everybody can see what we've been working on. But right now, it's just like, we keep quiet, we just work.
Okay.
So I'm excited for you guys to see that. It's like a floating cafe.
It will be a cafe?
Yeah. Like a floating bar cafe thing.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I would love that.
And it's going to be right out there at 7 Mile Beach. We're going to have boats taking people out at sea.
Okay.
So it's like a floating bar. It's more like a floating bar. It's being operated by 7 Fathoms Rum.
Oh, okay. Nice.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. I like the people at 7 Fathoms. I like that. Okay. Awesome. Good to hear. When you were starting to expand on your business, like get an employee and realize, okay, what his skills are, did you at any point then say, okay, I have to have a bit more of a structure?
Yes.
And how did you start structuring your business from there?
Right. That's a good question. So I remember when I used to do like paper invoices with all my customers and having to keep track of all that. And I was just like, I have a folder with like 500 pages of like invoices and stuff. And it's like, I can't keep doing this. not because it's hard to like keep track, because I have like folders that I organize everything in, but it's just like, it's so much easier if you can just digitalize it. So what I did was I found this app called Xaria. My friend / accountant Riaz, he kind of like showed me like how to do like accounting with the app, and it was only like $50 a month. You just put the invoices in and it'll like keep track of everything. It'll calculate the monthly revenues, expenses and stuff. So I invested in that instead of hiring like a full-time accountant, and it's been very easy because as soon as I finish a job, I just upload it and then it does everything.
Okay, perfect.
So it automates everything.
Okay.
So that's what I did to kind of like take the stress off, because when I started the business, I was doing the physical work, I was doing the accounting, I was doing the human resources, the marketing, the sales, and payroll. All that stuff takes up a lot of time, and I wanted to spend more time out there working than I was,
doing the admin stuff.
So
you don't seem very admin oriented. No. You seem like you want to use your hands and work, like do the work. Yeah.
I want to use my hands to like work.
Yeah, I understand. I completely understand that. Yeah,
so,
I understand that.
And it's always good to like invest in stuff that you're not good at, your weaknesses. That's what like my mentor tells me, hire your weaknesses.
Yes. So you have a mentor.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am. His name is Jason. He owns like 50 companies in Cayman. He's a fintech CEO, and he's very good. I met him. He's the owner of Auto Spa Cayman. I don't know if you know him. He's a very silent behind the scenes guy.
I know Auto Spa, but
he taught me all about like how to grow business on like scaling it. So it's all about, my job as a CEO is not to boss people around, it's to influence the behavior of the company and the growth. So that's all I do. I don't micromanage none of my employees. Like I don't need to. If I'm hiring somebody and I have to be constantly over them, they don't need to be.
So how do you think that you influence the behavior of the company? How would you want to influence the behavior of the company? That's a good question.
I have all my employees and team members shadow me for a day, so they can see like, oh, okay, I have to work because Eli is not willing. Eli is willing to do the hard work. Like they'll see, I'll take them through a day in the life of me, and then when they're done, they'll be like, wow. So I just need you guys to do your part. I'll do everything else. Everybody knows that in my company.
Now, how many employees do you have now?
20.
20?
Yeah.
What in the world? You started in August 2024 here in Cayman? And it is, what, April 2026, almost May?
Yeah, almost.
And you have 20 employees. That's a very, very fast growth.
Yes, Mom.
Because we just started talking about the one guy who could do electrical and plumbing.
Mm-hmm.
So how did you turn into 20 employees? Like, what? Because, yeah, you had to scale. And that's
I kind of stole a few from another company. I'm joking. I borrowed a few. And they just decided to stay. And they just loved it here.
You can't do that. You can't do that anymore with the work permit holders.
Oh, yeah. You can't do that anymore with the work permit holders. But I would hire like some of my family members at first, and then they would introduce me to their friends, and then their friends knew their friends, and I could have 40 employees if I listened to everyone. But I'm very like key with who I hire now, because I want people that align with not only my work ethic but just like with the quality of work. Because a lot of like there are employees everywhere, but good employees are hard to find. So I usually just do like a week, like a test trial, and just see how it is. You know, are we getting through jobs faster? Or is our inventory still organized and stuff like that? Because I have like 3 warehouses, one in Bordentown, one in Georgetown, and one in West Bay. Like, and all my employees have access to all the warehouses in case they need something, right? So, what was I gonna say? So,
how have you managed that growth?
That's a good question. Managing the growth is all about. I focus the most of my time right now on sales and delegation.
Okay.
Before it was just like, I'll do everything, and then you guys have to show up on the job and just do it.
Mm-hmm.
But I realized like that's hard, because I'm gonna have less time to go out there and make sales and close deals with clients if I'm always focusing on, do you have a paintbrush today? You know, like you guys can go to A.L. Thompson, they have a bill, and just write it at the end of the week, I pay it. You know, instead of me going there every day like I used to. I used to go to A.L. Thompson 5 times a day. Wow. Like 20 times a week for like, because I have employees calling me every hour, in one in West Bay, one in Bordentown, like, yeah, you're like, we need this. I'm just like,
you had to learn.
I only have an hour now at the end of the day to sell, and that's not enough.
No.
So
you had to learn how to trust people, and as you
said,
delegate. Was that hard for you?
It was hard for me.
Okay.
Delegation was hard because sometimes I'm a perfectionist, but I realize like people make mistakes and they're gonna have to learn. So no matter how hard you train them, you have to let them go through the rounds, just like how you go through it.
That's how you learn.
That's how you learn.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, like, you have to be able to trust someone, so that way you can, because if you have to be able to trust someone so you can get your work done. And at the end of the week, if the work isn't done, then you can decide to see if you want to keep them on your team. That's what my mentor said. But you don't have to micromanage them. Like, at the end of the day, if the task isn't done, that means that they didn't manage your time correctly. So that means that, you know, is either you guys have to have a discussion and you fix it next week, or if you have a discussion and don't fix it next week, you have to let them go.
I think you're learning so much.
Yes, ma'am.
And you're only 22. I mean, you told us you were 22, so I can repeat the age.
I'm turning 23 in May.
Yeah. When's your birthday?
May 18th.
I'm May 12th. Okay, so we're both Taurus gang over here.
Taurus gang. Oh my gosh, I like you.
So it's a good energy vibe, you know?
Good energy vibe.
We only have 2 minutes left, which is crazy to me because I love hearing your story, and we could easily talk for another hour straight, I'm pretty sure. And I just think it's awesome. I love the energy. I think what you're doing is great. And it just started out of, let me sell you some cleaning supplies, and then to boom, less than 2 years later, you now have 20 employees. And I'm assuming that your business is doing pretty well.
Yes, ma'am.
Congrats, man.
Thank you so much.
We got hurricane season, I should say, around the corner. We don't have hurricanes yet.
Let's make sure everyone is prepared for that.
What do we got to do? So as somebody who works on homes and you know, does a little bit of property maintenance, what should we do in preparing?
For hurricanes?
I'm sure people are coming to you asking.
So when it comes to, I'll break that question up in 2 approaches. So I'll give you advice for a family, and then I'll give advice for like a single couple. Or a
single person.
Right.
Okay.
So I'll first start with a single person.
Yeah, that's me. So yes, tell me, because I'm like, who's gonna board my windows?
So it's always good to have these 3 types of like equipment in your home. One for water and drainage, one for, you know, electrical or interior work, and then just like stuff that goes wrong. So a single person is not going to have to worry about drywall repairs or like their kids punching the wall or anything like that. So I always like to tell my friends, have a little toolbox. So have like a little have a hammer and chisel, because that tool can do so much. Like, you don't need like a drill or anything like that. And then have a little small screwdriver set. And then batteries and plywood and a handsaw. That's pretty much all you need for like the hurricanes. Metal screws, wood screws, and wall anchors. That's all you need to get the plywood and stuff up.
Okay.
And battery operated fans and stuff like that, so that way if power goes down, you can have like ventilation in the home.
You got a minute. Oh, you don't even have a minute. You have 30 seconds.
No worries. And then cases of like water and stuff for like, because I don't know, because last time the hurricane come, faucets were full, so you want to get in there from now.
That's true.
And then for a family of 4, have like drywall repair stuff, and then have food, and then have like little tools around the house too. A.L. Thompson sells like a hurricane tool set. It's like usually around the back. I just grabbed that. It's like $75, and it has like so much stuff for you guys to work on.
That's a great tip right there. I had no idea. Okay, I feel like A.L. Thompson should do a partnership.
Ask Mr.
You've been
Mitchell.
talking about them a lot.
Oh yeah, A.L. We need to do a partnership. They see me every day.
Right. We didn't get a chance to speak about you being a filmmaker at all.
Okay.
So I know that's a big part of who you are too.
Yes, ma'am.
We got to go to the 8 a.m. news. I got to wrap.
Okay.
So we're done with our interview. I'm so disappointed because it's been great so far, and I'd love to hear so much more from you.
Oh, we'll be back.
Okay, good to know. So the website is homeproscayman.com.
Mm-hmm.
And if people want to get in touch with you, Elihandro, how do they do that?
Best way to get in contact with me is calling. I always pick up the phone. I get like 50 to 60 calls a day, and I manage my time to a point where I could answer the phone.
Okay, what's the number?
The only way I wouldn't answer the phone is if I'm on another call, but I usually get back to people within 5 minutes.
Oh, that's amazing. You're doing amazing. What's the number? How do we call you?
939-1668. You can call me, ask for Eli. I'll be like, hey, this is Eli from Home Pros. Good afternoon. How can I help?
Okay, awesome. Thank you so much. What a great entrepreneurial story. You're going to totally kill it in life.
Thank you so much.
All right. Great to have you.
Great to have you.
We're going to go to the 8 a.m. news. No problem. 8 a.m. news, and I will be back with you at 8:15 to talk with Cayman Finance.
For today's biggest news.
Radio Cayman, the voice of the Cayman Islands.
I'm April Cummings with your latest news. Cayman Brac residents get a closer look at the Cayman Islands' new ID card, My EID, following last night's town hall meeting at the Aston Ruddy Center. My EID is a secure, voluntary ID card that can be used as official proof of identity for things like inter-island travel, banking, and even voting. Director of e-Government and Registrar of the Identification Register, Ian Tibbetts, says coming back to Cayman Brac to launch the program is special.
It's a huge honor, to be back at home in the Brac and introducing this identification card, because I recognize the importance and the benefits it'll bring to especially our young people and our elderly, but to all of the persons in our community here.
Mr. Tibbetts says the card can be issued and replaced on Cayman Brac and periodically in Little Cayman. He now uses it almost exclusively for day-to-day identification.
Basically, this is all I've used in the last year, because we've had issue cards because we're testing and making sure everything is working, and it's been great.
While the ID can't be used for international travel, it can be used within the Cayman Islands. The Cayman Brac public launch and on-island ID issuance is set for Thursday, the 1st of May, from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. at the Aston Ruddy Center. The Mosquito Research and Control Unit turns Earth Day into a chance for some hands-on environmental work, with staff tackling littered areas on both Grand Cayman and Cayman Brac. On Grand Cayman, MRCU teams cleaned behind progressive distributors along the North Sound coastline, where mosquito traces run through a heavily littered area used for surveillance work. Safety and Compliance Officer Julius Jackie says the conditions made the cleanup tough but worthwhile.
It was hard work, a lot of sun, and it was really dirty, but we did our best, and we put our best foot forward.
In less than 2 hours, staff collected more than 24 large bags of waste and removed bulky items like washing machines, car parts, and tires, filling trucks for multiple trips to the landfill. The sheer amount of garbage has Disease Prevention Officer Elijah Ebanks urging the public to dispose of waste properly.
Keep it clean, less mosquitoes, less everything. I just love keeping Cayman clean, and I would love to see my Caymanians doing the same thing too, because the less mess we have, then the less mosquitoes we would have.
Similar work in the BRAC cleared trash and tires along Tiara Beach to Bikini Bottom, reducing potential mosquito breeding sites as the rainy season approaches. You can find out more by visiting the MRCU social media sites and their website. That is your local news at this hour. I'm April Cummings. Now to the BBC for stories making headlines around the world.
BBC News with Emily Thomas. The Kremlin has accused Ukraine of destabilizing global energy markets after renewed drone strikes caused a huge fire at a Russian oil refinery. Ukraine has targeted the facility in the Black Sea port of Tuapse several times this month. The Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky has criticized Israel for receiving what Kyiv says is stolen grain from Russian-occupied parts of Ukraine. He said a second vessel was preparing to unload such grain at an Israeli port. Israel has criticized Ukraine for making the allegations in public, calling for evidence. Reports from Ghana say the government has ended talks with the United States on health aid. Ghanaian officials are quoted as saying that Washington wanted to access citizens' health data, which Ghana refused. An Austrian man has pleaded guilty to planning an attack on a Taylor Swift concert in Vienna nearly 2 years ago at his trial. The man, named only as Berin A., has also admitted to being part of a terrorist organisation. Prosecutors said he'd pledged allegiance to the militant group Islamic State. A Malian airline has suspended flights to and from 2 towns in the north and centre. The move comes after Islamist rebels killed Mali's defence minister at the weekend and seized control of several areas. A journalist imprisoned in Belarus for his reporting on the government has been freed as part of a prisoner exchange with Poland. A critic of the authoritarian regime of Alexander Lukashenko, Andrzej Poczobut, was sentenced to 8 years in prison in 2023. Nepali mountaineers have managed to clear a route past a massive chunk of ice that's blocked the route up Mount Everest for 2 weeks. Hundreds of mountaineers have been stuck at Everest Base Camp, waiting to begin summit attempts next month. And that's the latest world news from the BBC.
Stay in touch with Radio Cayman with the latest up-to-date, accurate news and information. For your convenience, the headline news will be repeated on our sister station, Breeze 105.3 FM, weekdays at 8:30 a.m. Follow Radio Cayman on social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, or download the Radio Cayman app in the App Store or log on to www.radiocayman.gov.ky and stay connected to what's happening in the community. Radio Cayman, your voice, your choice, your radio.
Since 1993, Rotary Central has worked diligently each year to provide quality bus shelters to our community. A traveling convenience to our school children, the elderly, young people going to work, guest workers, and visitors using the public bus. We, Rotary Central, help you, our advertisers, make it happen. Your marketing dollar travels a far way, positioning your message, your product, your services, your presence in over 83 bus shelters. Every dollar you spend, every advert you place helps to build another bus shelter, providing modest comfort for Cayman travelers. Reserve space now on the only billboard medium in the Cayman Islands. Email rotaryshelters@gmail.com. rotaryshelters@gmail.com. The Bus Shelters, a partner in community convenience. Another inspiration program by Rotary Central Cayman Islands.
Radio Cayman News.
Police Service has released its annual crime and traffic report.
Although incidents decreased by 6% compared to 2025, overall crime increased by 13%.
Says sex offenses rose 20%, making them the largest contributor to serious crime.
Radio Cayman. Your voice, your choice for today's biggest news.
7 days a week.
The 8 a.m. weather update brought to you by CG Britcay, where people come first.
Let's hear it for your Wildcat cheerleaders.
Aunt Angie, weren't you a cheerleader?
The best in the Western Hemisphere, until I attempted that switch kick, double twist roundhouse.
Huh?
Exactly. I must have been in the air for 20 seconds before I fell into that snare drum. I set a world record, though, and thankfully I could trust the CG Medical Portal with my claims. All 37 of them.
The CG Medical Portal. Safe and secure. CG Britcay. Good like that.
Good morning. Let's take a look at the latest weather report. Current temperature is 83 degrees. Relative humidity is 82%. The barometric pressure is 1015 millibars. The wind is out of the east at 4 knots. Synopsis indicate generally fair conditions accompanied by light winds are expected to persist as a weak pressure gradient remains over most of the Caribbean. The chance for showers remain low as dry air remains in place over the Cayman area. Forecast for today calling for mostly sunny skies with a low chance of showers, and temperatures will rise near the mid to upper 80s with a heat index of 96 degrees Fahrenheit. Your winds will be east to northeast at 5 to 10 knots. Seas will be smooth with wave heights of less than 2 feet. Tonight, mostly clear skies with a low chance of showers and temperatures dipping to the mid to upper 70s tonight. Your winds will be east to northeast at 5 to 10 knots. Seas smooth with wave heights of less than 2 feet as well. We're presently at a high tide, and the next low tide will be this afternoon at a minute after 2, and a high tide again tonight at 8:30. The sun will set this evening at 6:45 and will rise tomorrow morning at 5:59. And the outlook is calling for similar weather conditions through Friday morning. And that's the very latest on your weather report.
The 8 a.m. weather update brought to you by
CG Britcay, where people come first.
Attention all farmers, importers, exporters, and valued customers. The Department of Agriculture made an important upgrade to better serve you. Effective immediately, their main reception will be accepting card payments only for key services such as rabies vaccinations, import and export permits, farmers' ID cards, animal adoptions, and processing. No cash payments will be accepted for these services at reception. This change will provide a more efficient service for everyone. So, remember to bring your debit or credit card when visiting the Department of Agriculture. For more information, call 947-3090.
The traffic report is brought to you by Subway. Enjoy a delicious start to your day with breakfast from Subway.
Good morning. Now, time to take a look at what's happening on a road, see what's slowing, what's flowing. Traffic further up on Shamrock Road is moving at a moderate pace. Further down, a little different story. There's a little steadier traffic as you approach the Linford Pearson Highway. And coming off of Barbara Thompson Way and Agnes Way, steady traffic. Slow moving traffic. Looks like a crawlathon happening on Crew Road heading to the Georgetown area. And heading east on Crew Road, traffic is moving on swiftly. Hulton Avenue flowing at a moderate pace. On the West Bay Road, a little steady traffic heading towards the Georgetown area in front of the Ritz. And heading towards the West Bay area, traffic on the West Bay Road is moving at a moderate pace. And as we turn our attention to the Esteli Tibbetts highways, traffic is moving at a steady pace, as well as on North Sound Road, Industrial Park area, moderate flow of traffic. Now, if you see any accidents, let us know by calling us at 949-6990. Godfrey Nixon Way and Eastern Avenue in both directions, traffic is flowing moderately. And that's what's happening on your roads. Join us again at about 10 minutes past 12. We'll give you another look at traffic.
Start your year off right with Subway's Fresh Fit menu. 4 protein-packed subs with 20 grams or more protein, under 500 calories, and loaded with full servings of crisp veggies on hearty multi-grain bread. Try the grilled chicken and avocado, the ham and turkey stacker, the seasoned steak and avocado, or the turkey and ranch delight. Big flavor, plenty of protein, and fresh veggies in every bite. Fuel your day the Fresh Fit way. Only at Subway. Subway. Eat fresh.
The traffic report is brought to you by Subway. Enjoy a delicious start to your day with breakfast from Subway.
The Buzz with your host, Kathy Miller.
Good morning. Welcome back to The Buzz. I'm your host, Kathy Miller. It is a beautiful Tuesday, the 28th of April. As I said, we're coming down to the very end of April. I can't believe how fast the month flew by, and so far the first 4 months of 2026. In this segment of The Buzz, I am welcoming from Cayman Finance, I have Danielle Hennings, Associate Director for Community Engagement, and Xaria Deosaran. She's a member of Cayman Finance's 2025 Graduate Training Program, which is exactly what we're going to be talking about. Cayman Finance's Graduate Training Program and Community Engagement. So here to tell us all about it is Danielle. I know we're pretty familiar with her, and I just want to welcome both ladies to the show. How are you doing today?
Thank you, Kathy. Good morning. Doing well, thanks. How are you?
I'm good. I got a little bit more sleep than I usually do, so maybe it might become a trend. We'll see what happens. Sorry, how are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm very, very good. It's good to have you. I think it's your first time, I think, on Radio Cayman with me, so good to have you. Now, Danielle, we've done this. We talk. We're used to each other. You're going to be like an occasional seasonal co-host with me. And tell us all about the graduate training program.
Yes, happy to. So Cayman Finance launched our graduate training program last year. And so it was the summer months, I think around May, when we kind of had this idea. We thought there might be a solution to something we were hearing kind of within the community amongst our members as well too, in terms of opportunities for returning Caymanian graduates. Whether you've studied abroad and you want to come home, you've graduated with your bachelor's or your master's degree, there isn't a surplus of entry-level jobs. Like, we know that to be true. A lot of the jobs that are advertised are with a few years experience. But if you can't get your foot in the door, then how are you going to get your experience? Yeah. And so we saw an opportunity to create something new for the industry. And we had such great support from our members who wanted to come on board and create the opportunity. Then we had to go out and get the graduates to come and participate in the program, and what a success the first several months have been. And so we're excited to launch again for 2026 with a new cohort of participants to begin their careers in the financial industry.
I think that's awesome. I didn't realize that 2025 was the first year. I mean, we probably interviewed about it. Actually, that it was the first year. Might be in my notes. But I finally fell asleep early for once in my life. What were you hearing from the community? And I think you might have said members as well, in the sense that there wasn't much being offered for entry-level jobs.
That's right. Yes, yeah. We were hearing from the graduates or family members of the graduates saying, I'm home, I'm educated, but there's nothing that's for me with my bachelor's degree or higher. There was a certain, salary expectation, I think, as a university graduate. And a lot of the opportunities, at least professional opportunities, were looking for that bit of experience. And so they weren't getting in the door at that stage, I think. And it makes sense when you think about the labor force and the market and how it works here in Cayman, because we have a limited number of graduates every year. We're not some huge population of young people who are returning. We have a few hundred every year, but there aren't thousands of graduates looking for opportunities. So it makes sense that the market doesn't create that many, right? But what we were finding is for our young people, we wanted to do something to encourage the creation of more opportunities, because at the end of the day, they do deserve to get their foot in the door and to have an opportunity somewhere. We know it's not just in Cayman, though. Like, graduate jobs around the globe are shrinking, right? And there aren't that many entry-level opportunities with new technology, with efficiencies, maybe offshoring in some cases. But we said, well, that's the rest of the world. There's something we can do, actually. And that's why we created the program. We were hearing from our members, too, that if they did create an opportunity, they wouldn't necessarily get the applicants. They might not have the brand awareness, for example, or there might not be an awareness about that company. Oh, actually, this is a really good job, because the financial industry is a little unique in that it's not your everyday. As the average person, you don't interact with the majority of our members, say for the banks. We all have bank accounts. But otherwise, of other service providers, they're providing services overseas to people who are not here. And so it's not so relatable. Right. As a young person growing up here, as people who live here, if you don't work in the industry, you might not have an appreciation for its importance and just the great opportunities that are there. So we were like, can we bring these groups of people together, the graduates who are looking for opportunities, as well as our members who would love a recent graduate to join their team, but they're not getting the applications that they would want to fill an opportunity?
That's interesting. So it's interesting that you have members that are not seeing that many applications come in. Mm-hmm. And as you noted, that could be like a brand awareness. Maybe people aren't necessarily aware of their company or what they offer. Mm-hmm. So I kind of feel like that's on them to be a bit more proactive, per se, in having their presence known, in being able to attract people to them. Because I'm not going to go for you if I don't know who you are, if I don't know you exist, right?
Yeah, and it's true. I mean, when I think of some of our biggest members, like firms in the industry, and the programs that they do and the community support that they give, it's incredible, you know, what they do in terms of kind of getting their brand out there. But we have over 100 members at Cayman Finance, and the majority of them are 10 people or less. So they don't have the manpower to go out and, you know, kind of make those really big I guess, like campaigns, for example, or just like the
spend time focusing on that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they're doing their job. They're delivering great service to their clients wherever they are. And so it is, you know, there's some really great companies that like do a lot for the community that are invested in Cayman, but they're small, and so they don't necessarily have the opportunity to be sponsoring, you know, different community initiatives, for example.
That's a really good point.
In other ways.
You have over 100 members,
yes,
but most of them have 10 or less employees.
Yes. Yeah,
that's a big piece of data for us to understand.
Mm-hmm.
So we can understand why there might not be some openings or limited entry positions and all the rest. Yeah,
exactly. Yeah, I want to say more than 70 of our members have 10 or less people.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's okay. That's new for me. That's interesting. Thank you for that.
No problem.
Xaria, for you. You're a graduate now?
I am.
Yeah, so you're part of the 2025 program.
Yeah.
But before you even went to this program, was it ever a worry for you, or was it on your mind? I don't know if I can get a job in Cayman.
Yes. Well, it wasn't just Cayman, as well as like what Danielle was saying. The job market, especially for graduates, is very small and difficult to get into. And even like here, I mean, the job that I'm working in now, I didn't really know much about the industry. So it's not like I would have even thought of like applying or looking into jobs like that.
What do you do now?
I work in insolvency and restructuring at Teneo.
Okay.
Yes. So
that is a company I am not familiar with, for example. Yeah.
It is one of the smaller ones, but it is like, I think you get so much more experience and like opportunity and exposure to like different areas because you're working in a smaller firm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I think one of the greatest things about smaller firms is you will get to be able to put your hands in so much more and probably learn a lot more and climb up a ladder.
Yeah.
Maybe easier. There's not so many people that are on the exact same level as you that you have to compete against per se. And then you have that more, I would hope, is more personalized learning experience.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not as daunting to go talk to like the senior manager when they're just right across the roll from you.
Right. So what did you study in university?
I got my bachelor's in business management, so quite broad, but I liked it because there was so many different like subjects that I got to learn. And like the university I went to, we did like some subjects that weren't as common. Like we did business ethics. Like that's not, now it's getting more popular. Like I have to do like ethic courses in like, one of the things we did in the Cayman Finance training program was learning about like business ethics and stuff like that. The more like theory aspect of things. So that's why I liked it, and give you a lot of opportunities as well, like different areas to go into.
I think that'd be a very interesting subject and something that should be studied in perhaps all courses. And I think something that I'd like to see a little bit more in Cayman too.
Yeah.
You know? We need to be a little bit more ethical in how we, not all of us, but some of us, some businesses need to be a little bit more ethical in how they operate, for sure. So I think that's a very important course that you did take, and you said you liked it.
Yeah.
It drew you to it. Okay, so you landed in insolvency.
Yes.
And so how did your experience in 2025, because it was our first time that Cayman Finance was offering the graduate program. So how did you hear about it, and what drew you to it?
It was from the months before I was graduating to the months that I did graduate, I was applying to jobs that I could find anywhere and everywhere. And then I had two separate family members send me the Cayman Finance program. And I was like, no, it's finance. I'm not into finance. I don't want to be an accountant. And they're like, no, it's not just that. Read the description. And I did. And there was not just finance, there was consultancy. And I think one of the other cohorts does marketing. So it's not just finance, even though everything falls under that. And that's how I found it. And I was like, oh, it actually looks really interesting. And they you get paired with a mentor. So it's not just throwing you into the deep end of working in a big job. And then I applied, got to have my first interview with Danielle, with some other Cayman Finance members. And then after that interview, they asked me about what I was interested in, to help kind of place me with one of the members, the teams. And then I had an interview with my company, Danielle.
Okay.
Yeah.
What do you remember your first interview with a Cayman Finance member being like?
Nerve-wracking.
How did you prepare for it? Because how do you know really what to prepare for?
A lot of online searches and just there's this thing called the STAR method where it's
What's this?
It's an interview tactic where you use situation, task, action, and result. So when you get asked a question, you go through those 3 steps to explain how you got demonstrate what you're doing well.
I understand that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Show us how you made this thing happen,
Yeah.
or whatever.
Yeah.
And you're
time, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
Okay, so you follow the STAR
Yeah.
method. Okay, I haven't heard of the STAR, so I'm going to check this out
Very
now.
good. As interviewers, we look for the STAR method. So very good. We're did you articulate yourself? Did you answer that question to the best of your ability? So
Yeah.
good preparation.
And then, luckily, because a lot of my other friends were also in the same boat as me with applying to jobs, and so we would interview each other.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah. And then also family, just getting them to run through things and asking for their advice.
Okay, and that helped you. I would assume it helped you because
Yes.
that's a bit of a rehearsal right there.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And it's also great because I had mine online. I was still in the UK, both my interviews, but the Cayman Finance members were so easy to talk to, and they didn't make you they made it feel like it was just a normal conversation, and then you kind of got into a flow, and so you were able to explain what you get your points across well, while also demonstrating hey, this is why you should pick me.
Yeah. And it's a good team. I mean,
Yeah.
yes, I talk to the team every once in a while, but I think they have a pretty good team out there, and I feel like that Cayman Finance in the past few years has been doing quite a lot. Not only just in the community, but globally as well. So it's nice to see that. So they're growing, and also just growing people, which is our greatest assets. That's how I look at it.
Sure.
So I think it's pretty good. I love how Danielle did give a little hint to everybody who is listening and who might say, hey, you should join this graduate training program, because as Xaria shared, she learned about the STAR interviewing method. And Danielle just said, this is what we look for as the person interviewing to see, should you be part of this program? This is what they look for. So that's a really big tip, because I know sometimes I ask, how can people stand out in an application? But maybe I haven't asked in the interview process, but that's one of the ways right there.
It's huge.
Yeah. Okay, so who is eligible to apply for the graduate program?
Yes, so our program is open for Cayman University graduates who have graduated with a bachelor's degree or higher, so you could also have a master's degree, anytime from December 2025 through September 2026. The program actually launches on the 1st of October. That's when our grads get to work. And so I know some young people are still studying right now, whether they're in the States or Canada or the UK or locally, and that's okay as long as you're expected to graduate this summer, then we'd welcome your application. You don't have to study. I'm so glad Xaria was like, oh, it's not just finance. You don't have to have studied finance or accounting. And obviously I work for Cayman Finance. I'm an accountant by trade, but I think it's so important to just show that the jobs we are offering are so kind of broad in what they are, and there's a variety. Obviously, there's lots of opportunities for young people who do want to do accounting. I think it's a huge kind of opportunity, huge career path in the industry, but we have roles in administration, in compliance, in insolvency and restructuring. It's just, there's quite a variety, and so don't be dissuaded by finance in the title of our organization. I think there's so much more going on in the industry.
There is.
Yeah.
And this is why I love having these shows, because I get to understand a lot more about what's going on. I remember when I had to do a reinsurance interview a few weeks ago, I was like, I just was like, what do you mean you have to insure insurance? You know, the whole thing seemed very odd to me, but I learned so much just in that interview alone. And it completely changed my mind. And it's why we have these kind of discussions. It's why we have Money Sense, so we can better understand the finance industry and break it down, how it works in Cayman. And I think what you guys do is really important. Now, I understand, Xaria, where you're coming from, and like, oh, I don't want to work in finance, because that's very much my brain. When I think of finance, I just think of money, and I want all the money. That's just where my mind goes. Yeah. But to work in it, it's just I feel like that's not who I'm. That's not what I'm in alignment with per se. So, I guess I'm curious for you in that, because you were like, I don't know, the word finance seemed a little daunting to you, right? Was it always like that for you? You just knew, because Cayman's you grew up here?
Yes, yeah, I grew up here. I actually didn't. I started going into the STEM area.
Awesome.
I did robotics in high school.
Lovely. I love robotics.
Yeah, I loved it too. And then I also did a lot of like marine science, but I also still did, like, my A-levels were marine science, business management, and travel and tourism. So I wasn't really 100% sure what I liked. Or no, I knew what I liked and I knew what I didn't like, which was I didn't like numbers that much.
Finance.
Yeah.
That aspect of it. Yeah.
But then because I did business management, one of my first courses in first year was called Financial Management for Non-Financial Managers.
Okay.
Yeah, doesn't get more...
Sounds like my course.
Yeah, it doesn't get more basic than that. But it was all stuff I had done already, like, from GCSE and A-levels. So it was really, like, it was, I don't know, like, not super complicated. And then, I don't know. I just wasn't a big fan of numbers, and so I was like, I don't want to do finance. Like, that's just accounting. I didn't know much about it besides accounting. That was it. And I didn't really know what accounting was more than they do the books and records.
Yeah.
So I think part of it was also I just didn't have a deep knowledge of what you really do and what the different aspects are within the financial industry. Like, you think banking and then you think accounting.
Yep.
That's like when you don't know. But even, like, through the Cayman Finance program, one of the main things, like, one of our first sessions was understanding the financial industry in Cayman with Steve. And it was like, wow, why is this not taught, like, to everyone all the time? Because this is such, like, this opens up how the world, like, not how the world works, but how Cayman fits into the financial industry.
Yes.
And you're like, oh, it's actually really cool.
Yeah, it made sense to you.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's what's important when it can make sense to you. And I feel like previously how finance was presented in Cayman, it just seemed mysterious. And things weren't necessarily broken down. So we got to take a real quick commercial break right now. When we come back, we are going to continue our discussion about the graduate training program under Cayman Finance.
Looking for fresh, healthy food that's full of flavor? Then you've got to visit Kirk Market. Our dishes are made with fresh, high-quality ingredients. Enjoy vibrant mixed greens or satisfying pasta salads. Or try one of our delicious grill options like blackened chicken, spicy beef steak, or grilled salmon. Looking for something light and flavorful? We've got sushi rolls and poke bowls prepared daily. And don't forget to explore a hot bar or Billy Fresh salad at the salad bar. Stop by Kirk Market today for breakfast, lunch, or dinner and taste the difference. Eat well, live well with Kirk Market.
I'm Michael Webster.
And I'm Denise Brown of Cayman Insurance Center.
Family is not the most important thing, it's everything.
We have worked with the community and their families on protecting themselves for the future.
Whether it's providing top-rated life insurance
or protecting your family's household investment.
From our family to yours, we understand and we care.
I'm Denise Brown. Call me at 814-7229.
And I'm Michael Webster at 925-5433.
We are Cayman Insurance Center. Center.
Specializing in property, life, and other lines of insurance products and services at an affordable rate. We are Michael and
Denise at Cayman Insurance Center.
Call today.
Craving something bold, juicy, and packed with flavor? Introducing KFC's new crispy barbecue sandwich served on a soft, buttery brioche bun. That's 100% KFC premium chicken breast, perfectly crispy, deliciously smoky with crispy onions, cheddar cheese, and barbecue sauce. Just the right amount of messy in the best way possible. Stacked with layers of bold KFC flavor, this sandwich is your new obsession. But hurry, it's only at KFC for a limited time. So what are you waiting for? Get yours today at any of the 3 KFC locations on island. KFC, finger licking good, just got bolder.
Boy, I'm so glad I got that funding from the Ministry of Tourism's Visitors Experience Development Grant Program. It has really helped me create an awesome new tourism offering. Wondering if you could do the same? You're in luck. Applications for the VEDG program are now open. Visit www.ourcayman.ky/VEDGP for more information and to apply.
The Buzz with your host, Kathy Miller.
Welcome back to The Buzz. I'm your host, Kathy Miller, and we are talking about Cayman Finance's graduate training program. In studio with me, I have Danielle Hennings, Associate Director for Community Engagement at Cayman Finance, and a member of the 2025 graduate training program, we have Xaria Deosaran. So we were just hearing from Xaria about her experience, and when the opportunity came to apply for the graduate training program for 2025, she was just finishing her university degrees, her studies, and the opportunity came up and she wasn't quite sure. So we talked about, just the word finance in general when it might come to people like me who aren't necessarily lured by the word finance to work in, but it's more than just finance. And what Cayman Finance was able to show her was that there's so many other jobs and roles that fall under an umbrella of finance. And I think, Danielle, you've done a great job along with the other members of Cayman Finance to help educate us on that, which is great. And that's what we're learning today. So we're going to go into the structure of the program. I'd like to know how long the program is, how the weeks are broken down, what's included in the program altogether.
Yeah, no, happy to. So once you are confirmed as a participant in the program, we have our cohort, our group of participants. So before they begin work on the 1st of October, we do a 2-day orientation retreat. Last year, we brought in Dr. Hammerschmidt, who came in and facilitated that for our grads. And I think it's about kind of learning about yourself and how you're going to work in a new environment. You've not been in an environment like this before, and it's I got to sit in on the orientation last year, and it was really cool to kind of just see them get to know each other as well as learn a bit more about themselves, and even at the end of the 2 days being a little bit more confident in the room amongst your peers now in this group. So we kick off the program that way, and then off you go to work at your unique opportunity, because although we bring our group together, they all work at different places. So this year we have 14 participants at 14 unique members. So they don't see each other on a daily basis, but we do get them together weekly throughout the months of October and December. We meet on a Friday afternoon at 1 or 1:30 till 4:30 to go through the training topic of the week. And so I don't remember off the top of my head, but we covered 15 different topics over that time, and varied from soft skills, for example, personal presentation, personal effectiveness, to technical topics like an introduction to financial crime, an introduction to the industry. That's the one Xaria mentioned, that really just, we wanted to give them the big picture, because right now she's in her lane, right? Insolvency,
Insolvency
and restructuring. However, some of her peers are in a different lane and they're doing something else. And so we wanted them each to have this nice overview of the industry, to feel like, appreciative of what it is and for their unique opportunity. So that's October through December. We also, at the end of those training sessions, we invite somebody from the industry to come in for a fireside chat. So they speak about their experience. And the purpose of that component is for the participants to kind of see themselves in the future and what their careers could potentially look like. You know, these are people who maybe they didn't start in financial services, maybe they did something else, but they've progressed, they've worked their way up. And obviously, you know, they're making a good living, they're providing for their family. And so we wanted them to kind of see their future. You're just getting started now. You don't know anything. You're figuring it out. But there is a path, you know, there is a pathway and progression. During that same time, they also meet with their mentors. So Xaria mentioned she's got a mentor. That's somebody who's not within your firm or your organization. These are just, you know, young people, yeah, individuals who work in the industry who want to give back, and you know they've benefited from mentorship themselves. And so when we did a call for mentors, they signed up, and they get paired with their mentee, and they meet during October through December twice a month, just to give them another perspective. I think to help our participants expand their network, and maybe you know you have something that you want to ask a question about, but you're not quite ready to ask at work. You know you have this other connection that you can relate to and go to for advice. So a lot of the support we provide for our graduates and our mentors is within those first 3 months in the workforce, so October, November, December. Then they continue on working. We're trying to do some ad hoc training sessions this year, get together once per quarter, but not the weekly training anymore. Our participants...
Okay. You're going to take away the weekly...
Yeah, so that's through October through December. And then in January... through September for the remainder of their contract, we'll meet once a quarter.
Okay,
in that case. Okay. And so the participants do get a 1-year employment contract with the member, and that's the commitment from both sides. It could be a fixed term contract, which means there's an end date, or it could be open-ended, which means it's likely if you're performing well and you like the job, your employer likes you, you will be offered a new contract, right? Or to continue working with them. And so it is a year-long program, but I'd say a lot of the structure and the support is provided in those first 3 months as you're transitioning. And then we keep in touch throughout the year, both with participants like myself and Xaria, or with employers. You know, I'm checking in to see how things are going and how our grads are performing.
Okay, so it's a year-long program. So I think this means, if I'm counting correctly, which numbers we now know is not my thing, you're kind of midway through this program?
Yeah.
Okay.
6 months now.
Okay. All right. So what has it been like from the very beginning to, I guess, your 6-month mark?
From the very, very beginning, this 2-day induction, orientation, where the first day was, I remember being so nervous. But then you see everyone, and everyone else is also nervous. And even if they're not showing it, they're like, guys, I don't know what I'm doing. But we're all it was more so, like Danielle said, it was about like learning about yourself, especially within like the work environment. So we did a lot of team building activities, one of which we had to try and build something without speaking. Like you had to communicate to your other team members where the blocks went, but you couldn't say where the blocks went.
Okay. I feel like in the Caribbean, you learned how to use your head and nose and, you know, body parts to gesture a lot. That should have come naturally.
Yeah, it's just trying to get them to understand what you're gesturing about.
Yeah, gotcha.
And then, we started working. That was also a bit nerve-wracking, but less so when I would say the group as well. That was like probably one of the most valuable things about this is you're not alone being a graduate. Yes, you're working by yourself and you are most likely the most junior person in your team, but you make friends with these people, even if and you get to talk to them, and you get to share an experience of being not really knowing what you're doing, pretending like you're knowing what you're doing, to finally getting to know what you're doing. Like, now we check in and we'll be like, guys, I actually I'm doing real stuff. like.
Do you feel now that you have a lot more confidence?
Yes. Yeah, 100%. Especially with a lot of people will tell you, don't be afraid to ask questions, and that is so true.
Yeah.
And there is no real stupid question. And part of that confidence comes from like being able to ask questions and knowing when you need to ask a question.
Yes. And I just do interviews and I agree.
But you have to come up with those questions.
Yeah.
So,
and no, trust me, sometimes I'm like, oh, this is a very obvious question to everybody out there, but I don't know it. You know what I mean? And if I don't know it, there's other people who don't know it. And, you know, explain it in layman terms, or how you would talk to a 5-year-old or your grandmother or something, you know, it's, we don't have to overcomplicate things. Yeah. So have you, within the 6-month mark now, so far throughout this graduate training program, are you seeing how doors can open for you, or do you see where you could go in your future? Do you see that pathway forward?
Yes, very much so. Even from, I would say, probably 2 months ago, like, so the 4-month mark, a lot of being able to talk to industry, like people in the industry, and some people have been, one of the fireside chats was with someone that was 2 years above me in school. So it's like, oh, you're not like, this isn't out of reach.
Yeah.
Like you have you're doing very well. You have made a job, made a life here, and now like you're working full time. And it's something that you can, when you can actually see that someone did it, it feels more feasible.
Yeah.
And then you also get to talk to them and ask their questions, and they say like they'll tell you what they did, and it helps like in terms of just advice, just like having someone to talk to and learning about the different opportunities and the ways that not everyone's path is straightforward.
Yeah, no,
like some people
never straightforward.
Yeah, no, I mean like some people like they're like, okay, I know what I want to do. I want to do this thing, and then that's great for them. They do that thing. But most people, they start somewhere, they go somewhere else, and now they're in finance.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
So it's really like the great part about not just the industry, but also like just learning.
Yeah. With your mentor, as Danielle said, sometimes with having a mentor that's not where you are working, where you've been placed to work, have you found that having that mentor, you could turn to them and ask those questions that maybe you didn't really feel comfortable in the actual job place to ask?
Yeah. Well, my mentor she is a lawyer, so slightly different, but she works in litigation. So still overlap in the field, but it makes it so much easier to have someone that you feel like you can just ask anything in terms of, and they also check in with you. So it's not just,
it's not you just say, hey,
yeah,
got a question, or let me talk about something. They're always checking in on you. You're not bothering them per se.
Yes, especially with those like 2 meetings, like structured meetings every month. And now I like, even though our regular monthly meetings aren't scheduled with my mentor, I still talk to her every now and then. I'll ask her questions, reach out to her. I'll see her at events. You know, we'll catch up. I always feel like if I need someone to go to about something work related or semi work related, I can go to her.
It tends to be like a lifelong relationship usually with mentors. So I like that. It's good. We got to take a real quick commercial break right now. When we come back, we're going to, I guess, wrap up our segment and go over the details that we need to know about applying, what could make us stand out, and anything else from there.
Looking for fresh, healthy food that's full of flavor? Then you've got to visit Kirk Market. Our dishes are made with fresh, high-quality ingredients. Enjoy vibrant mixed greens or satisfying pasta salads. Or try one of our delicious grill options like blackened chicken, spicy beef steak, or grilled salmon. Looking for something light and flavorful? We've got sushi rolls and poke bowls prepared daily. And don't forget to explore a hot bar or Billy Fresh salad at the salad bar. Stop by Kirk Market today for breakfast, lunch, or dinner and taste the difference. Eat well, live well with Kirk Market.
I'm Michael Webster.
And I'm Denise Brown of Cayman Insurance Center.
Family is not the most important thing, it's everything.
We have worked with the community and their families on protecting themselves for the future.
Whether it's providing top-rated life insurance
or protecting your family's household investment.
From our family to yours, we understand and we care.
I'm Denise Brown. Call me at 814-7229.
And I'm Michael Webster at 925-5433.
We are Cayman Insurance Center.
Specializing in property, life, and other lines of insurance products and services at an affordable rate. We are Michael and
Denise
at Cayman Insurance Center. Call today.
It's time to race for glory. The Lions Club of Grand Cayman and Cayman Brac proudly present the 48th George Anderson Memorial Sprint Meet, Saturday, May 2nd, starting at 9 a.m. at the Cayman Brac Sports Complex. Whether you're a primary school athlete, a high school sprinter, or part of a relay team, this event is for you. Mark your calendars, bring your game face, and race to win. The George Anderson Memorial Sprint Meet, Saturday, May 2nd at 9 a.m. Brought to you by the Lions Club of Grand Cayman and Cayman Brac.
The 7:20 a.m. Weather Report, Monday through Friday, is brought to you by Credit Union, on the road to 50 years of serving our members. Visit creditunion.ky to join today.
The Buzz with your host, Kathy Miller.
Welcome back to The Buzz. I'm your host, Kathy Miller, and we're just about to wrap. We got about maybe 10 minutes left to talk about the graduate training program, which is under Cayman Finance. And in studio with me, I have Danielle Hennings, Associate Director for Community Engagement at Cayman Finance, and Xaria, I know I said this 12 times, your last name, Deosaran, which I phonetically spelled out for myself, but I got caught. Okay, so Xaria is a member of Cayman Finance's 2025 graduate training program. It's a year-long program, and it started in October, so Xaria is about halfway through the 2025 program right now, and we heard about her experience, how it started, and how she's gained her confidence to right now. She does see pathways for her future. Did you touch on the pathways that
Oh, my personal path?
Yeah.
Well, not, yes.
Do you want to share, or is that still personal for you?
I'm still deciding.
Working it out?
Yeah,
Got
like, there's so many different options, and it's also like, I'm like, oh, this is going to be a long-term thing. So it's just a little bit daunting in terms of I'm actually setting up my life.
Yeah.
But it's also exciting. And I've had so many different people to talk to about, like, potential exam, like qualifications for accountancy, and
you might study to be an accountant.
I know.
Wow.
Numbers.
What? Yes. Well, look at the change here. Yeah. Okay. Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
And especially at work, like, I've had one of my buddy. He's very great to talk to, and he's great at, like, giving me advice and guiding me into different options for pathways as well.
Okay. Awesome. Now, with the application process, Danielle, give us the window again, if you can, for applying.
Yeah, so applications are live right now. We launched recruitment on the 27th of March. I'd say early application deadline is in a couple of days on the 30th of April. So if you know anybody who is eligible, who you think would be a good candidate, we'd encourage them to get their applications in early for the program. We recruited last year in the summer months, actually. So it was July and August. So we're recruiting a little bit earlier this year, but we do have an opportunity to go back out in the summer if we need to, for example.
Right. How many spaces are you looking to fill?
Yeah, so we have 22 unique job opportunities at 22 Cayman Finance members, which is a growth from our 15 opportunities.
But this is big.
It's huge.
So you're basically giving an entryway into a job.
Yeah.
And you need 22 graduates to apply to basically, I'm going to say, almost get a job.
Yeah, I mean, you need to be really good.
Yeah.
It's not, our acceptance rate will not be 100%, right? So we want the best graduates that are out there, right? We want people who have a desire to work in financial services, who are willing to work hard, have a good work ethic, will consider a professional qualification, I think, like Xaria mentioned. So our members have extremely high standards for the individuals they're looking for. So, like, if you're a go-getter and you're, academically you've achieved and you're ready to come home and make contributions in the industry, we would love to hear from you. We'd love for you to apply, because we have some really, really great employers who who have created these jobs, and they want quality candidates.
You have a job for them.
Yeah, I have jobs.
You have a job for them, and you have a year training program. So not just we're going to throw you in a job and all the rest. It's more than that. So I think, like, how could you not apply for this? Actually, when I think about it, that's pretty amazing. What would make an application stand out?
Yes. So I think at the stage of applying for the program, we do ask for a resume, but it's not mandatory. We will also request it afterwards, and we ask what you might be interested. I'd say, like, for me, having a polished resume at that stage, it's, you're more likely to get on the yes pile than the no, right? Like, if you have a resume that doesn't look good, like, you're not going to get through that initial kind of filtering, I think. So just to kind of get in the door, make sure your application form is filled out correctly. You're giving good answers to questions, you're completing it. And if you cannot provide a resume at that stage, do. I think then at that point, if you're qualified, if you have the minimum requirements of a bachelor's degree or higher, you will hear from us. Everybody who was qualified last year had the opportunity to interview or was invited for an interview. So we're not in a position, or we weren't turning people away at that stage. We then wanted to hear from you and do an interview with the Cayman finance team, like Xaria mentioned, and just to get to know you a little bit better, see if you'd be a good fit in one of the many opportunities that our members are offering.
Okay. And 2022 placements? Is that what you said? I think
Yeah.
that's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Okay. What has the feedback so far been from the members who have partnered with Cayman Finance on this?
Oh, that's a great question. And I'd say, the best kind of endorsement for the 2025 program is the several members who are participating again this year, right? So of the 15 members last year, I want to say maybe 7 of them are participating again. And so they found it to be valuable. The graduate who was placed with them, they rave, they're so happy. I get the pleasure of, like, speaking to the employers, and they're so pleased, and they're like, Danielle, I better get another so-and-so this year, right? No pressure. But it's, they're genuinely, like, happy with how everything has worked out. And that's why they're participating again. So you said earlier, some of our smaller members, like 10 people or less, they are not participating again, which makes sense because they've grown significantly in 1 year already by adding one person. But for some of our other members who are a little bit bigger in size, they can afford to take on a graduate year after year. And so the fact that we can bring them great candidates and, they make good contributions to their team, they're happy to participate again. I think too, I don't know, so if I have 7 returning, all of the new members who have come on board, they did that because they saw the success of the current program. They probably called up some of their friends at participating members and said, do you think was this worth your time? Was this a good idea? And they're ready to participate this year. So I think the growth in the number of opportunities shows that it worked.
I would assume that it's definitely worth their time because, again, it's just not bringing in somebody to work and just kind of leaving them there per se to make sure that their manager or team leader is going to guide them through. Mm-hmm. You're ensuring that there's going to be some sort of a guidance through the weekly sessions that you have and then the fireside chats. And on top of that, pairing them with a mentor to meet with twice a week. So there is an additional whole aspect to just not just, okay, we're placing you in a job here. You're not recruiters.
No.
It's in a sense, it almost works like that, but providing a little bit more training. So as the member offering these job positions and the opportunity to come in at entry level, it's taking care of a lot of that guidance in the beginning that a lot of leaders do have to put into new employees.
Oh, definitely. And our members,
they still should.
It takes a phenomenal amount of time, like, to get Xaria to where she is now, right? The investment in her by her company, by her colleagues, I think it's huge what you do to bring, if you bring somebody on, they need a lot of guidance. And so I think they do a lot of work, and we just try to support where we can. I think Xaria mentioned about, the community that we've created, the other participants kind of bringing people together. I think that's really unique too, because otherwise you could be kind of an island, starting on your own at this company, big or small, and you are quite junior, but you've got these other people. And I've heard another participant say that's really that's the best thing about it is the community that's created.
Yes, I agree. Community is very important in all sorts of aspects. So yes, I agree. Okay, now, Xaria, for people who are thinking, what would you say to them if they're thinking about applying or going through the program, might have some hiccups? What's your advice?
Apply.
Just apply.
If you're thinking of applying,
Yes.
do it. Don't if you're thinking maybe, yes, because it's really, if you get the opportunity to get in, and if you really try, you put in the effort, you can't just wing it. Like most things in life.
Yeah. You shouldn't.
No. Yes. Yeah.
You shouldn't wing it.
You'll find, like you said, like a great community. I'm close with a lot of the people on the cohort. We see each other even outside of our training sessions. We would try and meet up. We still do. And we get to see them again at like networking events. And I've made friends with some of the it's a great opportunity.
Yeah.
And you learn so much, and you're in a position where you're able to learn so much.
Yeah.
People don't necessarily, they expect you to be well-rounded and be professional, but you're also in a spot where you're not expected to know the technical things, and you're given grace to learn that.
Yes.
So if you put in the effort to learn that, it'll be noticed.
Okay, excellent. We're about to close off the show. So Danielle, if you could tell people how they can apply or any last kind of details.
Yeah, definitely. So you visit our website, caymanfinance.ky/graduate, and it's right there on the page. We list out all of our participating employers, and there's a button to apply now. If you scroll further down the page, there's more information as well included in another link to the application. But you click the button, you complete the type form survey, and then we'll be in touch. You'll hear from us.
All right. Now, they have 22 jobs available, so they can match 22 graduates to jobs here. All you got to do is apply. And, if you're not in it, you're not going to win it. So you got to you got to shoot to score here, people. So I absolutely encourage graduates, if you know somebody graduating, to absolutely apply. Go to caymanfinance.ky/graduates, right? All right. That's the deal. Thank you so much, Danielle, for joining us, and Xaria for coming as well and sharing your experience so far. I'm glad to know that the first year of the graduate program has done well, and it's grown because you have another 7 jobs added this year. So it's pretty amazing. We'll I know I'm going to get some feedback from you a little later on to see how the rest is going. We'll be talking again soon. But thanks for joining us for now. And I got to go to the 9 a.m. headline news. And then after that, I'll be talking with Goodness. Okay.
From Radio Cayman's newsroom, this is Headlines. Local, regional, international news.
The headline news is brought to you by Kirk Market and Health Services Authority.
I'm April Cummings with your headlines. Cayman Brac is next in line for the Cayman Islands' new My EID card, with on-island setups set for this Friday at the District Administration Building. This is a correction from what we reported at 8 a.m. It is actually on Friday, May 1st, at the District Admin Building. The secure voluntary card lets residents use a single piece of identification for everyday life in the Cayman Islands, and that includes inter-island travel. In international headlines, King Charles III is set to address a joint session of the U.S. Congress today as part of a 4-day state visit marking the 250th anniversary of American independence. The speech is expected to emphasize reconciliation and renewal in the U.S.-UK relationship at a time of diplomatic strain over the war in Iran. This will be just the second time in history that a British monarch has spoken before Congress. Queen Elizabeth II addressed Congress in 1991. British energy giant BP has reported first-quarter profits more than double those of the same period last year, driven by higher oil and gas prices linked to the ongoing conflict in Iran. The surge in trading results has lifted BP's underlying profit to around $3.2 billion, its strongest quarterly performance in more than 2 years. Analysts say the gains come amid tightened supply routes through the Strait of Hormuz and sustained pressure on global fuel markets. Those are your headlines. I'm April Cummings.
Radio Cayman. More news available at www.radiocayman.gov.ky. Check out our social media pages: Facebook, YouTube, X, formerly Twitter, Radio Cayman Headline News.
At HSA, we strive to provide the highest standard of care with compassion, integrity, and dedication. And so we say thank you, Cayman, for continuing to make us the most awarded organization on island by voting us the best of Cayman Islands in 9 medical categories. Your support reminds us why we do what we do, to serve the Cayman community with kindness and excellence. To find out more about our award-winning services, visit hsa.ky. At HSA, we are committed to caring for you.
Looking for fresh, healthy food that's full of flavor? Then you've got to visit Kirk Market. Our dishes are made with fresh, high-quality ingredients. Enjoy vibrant mixed greens or satisfying pasta salads. Or try one of our delicious grill options like blackened chicken, spicy beef steak, or grilled salmon. Looking for something light and flavorful? We've got sushi rolls and poke bowls prepared daily. And don't forget to explore a hot bar or Billy Fresh salad at the salad bar. Stop by Kirk Market today for breakfast, lunch, or dinner and taste the difference. Eat well, live well with Kirk Market.
The Buzz with your host, Kathy Miller.
Welcome back to The Buzz. I'm your host, Kathy Miller, and I'm welcoming to this segment of the show, Daniella McGowan, and she is the founder of Goodness, which is a really cute local shop that's curated with such nice gifts. Not just gifts, just items in there that are pretty amazing. So Danielle is here to tell us all about it. I remember meeting her, I don't know how many years ago. I don't know how long, over 10 years ago, I'm pretty sure I met you. And it's nice to see that, you know, you've blossomed into being an entrepreneur as well as on top of a whole bunch of other things you do. You work for a nonprofit, not work for, but you're part of a nonprofit. I know you have a, you know, your professional life as well on top of Goodness. So tell us a little bit about you and the journey with Goodness. How did you start?
So Goodness was really co-founded by me and my sister. We both just been creative people growing up and involved in the community. And we just thought it would be nice we've always wanted to have like our own little gift shop, I guess. And we thought it would be really nice to offer the community a space where you could get locally made items that kind of represented the Cayman Islands and like our culture and just like our different vibe. We felt like whenever we personally wanted to get gifts, we would default to going online or waiting until we were away. And we thought that would be something great to just offer ourselves to our community. And
like,
just took a chance.
When you thought of getting gifts, did you mean just, you know, like it's Christmas or birthdays and you weren't quite sure locally maybe what to get? Like on an island, what's available?
Yeah,
okay.
I mean, for any occasion, it was kind of just standard gifts, I think, that you would typically get here, where we would typically, me and her would go on like Etsy and look at like different funky items, something different, you know, to suit different personalities, not just like the standard turtle or a stingray stamped, you know, a generic image. So yeah, we kind of just wanted to put like a personal buzz on it and to just literally share goodness in any way that we could. So
how did you come up with the name Goodness?
That is all of my sisters. So my sister came up with the name and the tagline. But I think for us, we just wanted to embody, you know, just more so intentional living and just, you know, being good and living good with ourselves and with our community. Really just intentional living. So our tagline is the be good, live good, give good. So not just to others, but also to ourselves. I think we wanted to remind people to, you know, give good to others, but be good to yourself as well in your daily living and practices.
Be good, live good, and give good. I love that.
Yeah.
Because it is a bit of a personal mantra. And it's saying, okay, be a good person.
Yeah.
Choose to make that decision.
Yeah.
You know, live good, because again, it's all about the decisions that we make, and then give good.
Yes.
I like it.
Thank you.
I like it. I just, you know.
It works.
You got to give to get, per se.
Exactly.
So, and a lot of the time people just don't want to be giving. And I don't just mean gifts. It could just be words of kindness, time, patience, anything, grace. So I think that's a beautiful tagline that you guys have for Goodness.
Thank you. I mean, we literally have people who will see the tagline on the storefront window and they'll just say, we saw your name and your tagline, and it just really intrigued us. Like, it drew us in, like we really wanted to see what's in here. And
it resonated.
So, I mean, that alone, even if you walk out without purchasing something, I think like the conversations we have with people based on those things gives us back so much as well. So,
do you have goodness shirts with the tagline? Because if you don't.
Not yet.
I have a thing about certain phrases that I like to wear, like a tattoo on me, for example, of a certain phrase, and it just it says something to me. It means something to me per se, and because if I feel like I'm wearing it and you're reading it, it's a message that I want you to also kind of reflect on.
Yeah,
and I could see that. I mean, get the shirts done, girl. I would buy one immediately.
It's coming. Yeah, it's in the works.
All right,
so, yeah.
It's all right. When it comes to what you were going to have in the store, how did you decide how to do the selection of items that you have in there?
So I think going in, we knew we were a small business, and we really knew we would need like support from our community. So we really wanted to offer that support to other local creatives. So the store is mostly items from local creatives, but we also support other independent small businesses, international as well. So we have a small mix of those. But yeah, really, we've been really blessed with local creatives reaching out to us once they hear about, our program and everything. And yeah, we've just been really blessed with a lot of local talent coming to us, having conversations, and, just we welcome everyone. You know what I mean? I feel like, it may be like a small niche, but there's still a crowd for everyone. We want everyone to feel like whatever they're making, there is an audience for it. And we're just very open and accepting. So just really working together and just making it work, really.
I think you're a big part of like the local ecosystem. So when you have a creative or people creating some brands or products or whatever it might be, a product still falls under a brand, but where are they going to sell it? How are they going to get it out to people? And so what you offer is that we are the retail location where people can come and buy this if they don't know any other way, or if the person creating the product doesn't know any other way to reach out to them.
Yes.
So you are a very important part of that ecosystem where people from here, Caymanians and other residents, can say, hey, can this work in my store or in your store? That's a big deal. Now, for me, I can tell you that when I travel and I'm going, to visit people, whether it's back home in Canada or cousins across the States, or might be to Europe to see some of my family every once in a while, the big thing for me is I always want to bring gifts. I'm big on gifts. It's my love language, gift giving, per se. Yeah, and I like to get. So gifts are my thing. So, and in saying that, it really is. Gifts are my love language. In saying that, I always wanted to look for something from Cayman for people, but I can't do, I don't mean to insult any generic souvenir stores per se, but I can't do that. I'm not like a generic keychain or coffee mug person. There has to be some sort of a real life element of Cayman there that I can say, you won't get this anywhere else in the world, or this is very unique to Cayman, or this is an artist in Cayman that nobody can kind of replicate this. You have the original, whatever it might be. And I think I started going to Luigi Moxham when he had his 1, 3, 4, 5 collection. He still has it.
Yes.
And I loved like the stains on the shirts. And I loved the shirts. I was like, nobody's going to get this anywhere in the world but here.
Yes.
And so I would gift that way. I've gone into goodness with the exact same purpose in mind, is I need to find something that is from Cayman that I can share with people around the world. So I've gone to your store to do that exact thing.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And I can say it's hard. It's hard to find that.
Yes, absolutely. And like I said, that's what we were struggling with as well. We would go away when we would find other people, wearing things or gifting things from their country. And we're like, what can we give that's authentically from us? And like you say, I mean, we love the other souvenir stores. They definitely serve a purpose. But, for us, especially as locals, it's like, how much am I going to gift those things? And what's the meaning behind it? You know what I mean?
It's the meaning behind it.
It's the meaning behind it. It's more intentional. Someone, stepped out of their comfort zone to make this product, took time out. It's not just running through a machine by someone who probably hasn't even been here, doesn't even really know where we're from. So it just has a more sentimental value for us. And, we have people come in and people who appreciate that love the store, and we just love that. So
awesome.
It works.
Tell us what you do offer in the store, the different kind of items and products that you carry.
So we do a lot of, right now, one of our main products, I would say, are our luggage tags. We make those in-house. So I started designing and creating luggage tags, which kind of promote our, like, the local sayings, like, see you later, Bobo, or on Cayman time, or where you think you're going. So those have been extremely popular. Locals, tourists alike, individuals coming in to purchase little souvenirs for themselves or family and friends, and corporate offices as well have reached out. So those have been going really well, including like the tumblers. We have the same thing, like with our little sayings on them, something, little cheeky stuff. Donkey have no business in horse race. We have those on mugs. People love taking them to the office, and, they're just like, we hear the stories. They're like sipping through their mugs in the middle of the meeting, and it's just like, okay. But it's also good to, like, when people don't know what those mean, especially like the tourists, they'll come in and they'll be like, what does that mean? And then, like, to say it, and like as a Caymanian, and to explain what it means and kind of give backstories of, like, from when I was a kid, and my parents or my family used to say those things to me. So it's also like being able to share little Cayman stories, and, just how we speak, and just being proud of it. You know what I mean? Not, we can all speak proper English, but just being able to celebrate and honor, those little sayings. I love when my kids say them. My kids have, like, the stickers on their water bottles, and, my son, he's a little character. He just loves saying them. So,
now,
yeah, it's
I got to say, donkey don't, what was the saying again?
Donkey have no business in horse race.
Now, Susan, I know Susan's back there listening. Susan is always the one who will give me these different phrases and sayings every once in a while, or like remedies as well for injuries and whatnot.
Yes.
It's absolutely hilarious. I love it because I don't get it from anybody else. And the way Susan's like, Kathy, you got to try this. This is the Caymanian way of doing it. But I don't think Susan's ever given me that phrase that I don't remember it. I've heard it, but can you break it down for me? What does that phrase mean?
I mean, it's pretty much saying, like, stay in your lane. You know what I mean? I'm not going to come on the radio show and tell you, Kathy, how to run your radio show, because I am not a hostess. You know what I mean? So I am, I'm a donkey in the radio show, and I'm not going to tell you how to run your horse race. So
I feel like I am going to get this mug as a silent messaging in certain meetings.
And then it has a little donkey facing backwards, so you just see his, rear end. It's just humorous, right? And it's like a conversation starter. And yeah, I think just celebrating those little things that bring us back to Cayman,
Yeah.
So
I love it. I think it's cute. So you said you are designing luggage tags and creating them.
So I design and create luggage tags, the tumblers, the mugs, but the luggage tags have been super popular.
How did you start that? I don't know this creative side of you, so I'm interested to learn.
So the luggage tags was really almost by accident. I had ordered some items actually from a vendor on Etsy, some supplies I was trying, and she just sent me a few sample luggage tags. And literally when I opened the box, I was like, what am I supposed to, I don't know what I'm supposed to do with this. Like, I don't buy luggage, you know what I mean? I don't really see people selling luggage tags, but I was just in the studio one day and I was like, you know what, let me just give this a go. And I was like, what am I going to put on it? Like, and, brainstorming, and I just decided to put some phrases on it to see how it went. And I took a chance on myself and my creativity and designs, put them out, and they were such a hit. Like, people really loved them. They found them so humorous, and, like, they're functional items, they're lightweight, they're, quick grab and go. So yeah, it was just, again, just taking a chance, trusting myself and putting myself out there. Because, you always hear creativity takes courage, and that is a real thing. You're always sitting there like, oh my gosh, like.
Were you worried that, I know you were just trying something, but.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I didn't even order extra. I was just like, I'm going to put them out, and, if they sell, they sell. If they don't, your hopes aren't up. You know what I mean?
So then how did it feel when they were flying off the shelves?
Amazing.
Yeah.
It felt really good. Yeah.
And is that, because again, I say I don't know the creative side of you, so is that one of your first, I guess, attempts of just kind of designing and creating something of your own to sell?
So when I first started out on my creative journey, I was actually making body products.
Okay.
When I had my second child, my son, he had like skin irritations and stuff. So I started making body products that would kind of help with his skin. So like body butters, muscle relief salves, just different stuff that you can make at home, just having fun at home with, my daughter, my partner, really. And then I introduced those when we first started the shop, but after like maybe a year into it, I had to make a decision of whether I was going to focus on being a creative or managing the business, because I couldn't do both, right? So
that's a hard decision to
that
make.
was a hard decision.
Where did your heart lie more?
I was torn. I feel like when I was making the body products at home, it was really special to me because there wasn't like pressure, like it was more passion going into it. And then when it started being like, okay, no, you have to make like a batch of these by Friday, it was like, I was still working full time. I'd be like, oh my gosh, I don't want to have that tired energy going into my products. That's what I felt at that time. So I felt like, you know what, if I want to make those products, I'll do it on my own time for like, my family, my friends, customers who, like those stuff, like the muscle salve, people loved. They would message me. I'd be like, okay,
gotcha.
When I wrap my head around it, I will get to you. But yeah. So I think in that regard, the pressure and what I was feeling out of it, I wasn't getting that good feeling I was feeling when I was first started making them. It was more like production. I was like, I don't want that energy going into my products personally. So I made the decision essentially to focus more on the business side of things. And yeah, that was a challenge. We celebrated our first year anniversary in COVID, and that was another thing where it was like, what are we doing? Like, are we saying that was a good experience, or are we saying, let's see where this can go? But
I want to hear how you managed during COVID. But we got to take a real quick commercial break right now. I'm going to get you some water in that break. All right, real quick commercial break, and then we'll come back to hear the rest of your story.
If you have an objection to this marriage, speak now or forever hold your...
Don't do it, Tevin! I still love you. I have since the day we stole your mom's car and got matching dolphin tattoos.
Oh, Lordy.
Janelle? From spring break 08?
Yes, it's me.
Janelle, you've got to move on.
We're like the wedding guest that doesn't ruin the ceremony. CG Britke. Good like that.
The Ministry of Education and Training invites eligible Caymanians to apply for a local scholarship for the 2026-2027 academic year. To apply for a local scholarship or learn more about the various scholarship offerings, please visit the Scholarship Secretariat's website at www.moescholarships.gov.ky. Applications close on Thursday, 30th of April, 2026. This message is brought to you by the Ministry of Education and Training.
The Buzz with your host, Kathy Miller.
Welcome back to The Buzz. I'm your host, Kathy Miller, and I'm sitting here with Daniella McGowan. She is the founder and a creative with Goodness, and it is a local gift shop. And we were talking about some of the products that they offer in there, and then we were talking a little bit about Daniella's kind of creative journey with it, and how she had to make the decision to, is she just going to focus on the creative side or the business side, and how she came to making that decision. So we heard a little bit about that right before the commercial break, and we know that she went to focus on the business side once, which is totally different than the creative side per se. You'd mentioned you celebrated your first anniversary during COVID, and COVID was a time that a lot of people shut down.
Yeah.
So how did you look at, okay, how do we transform our business maybe? Do we have to be more online, or how do we reach out to people? What did you do to survive during COVID?
Wow.
You could think back to those days.
Yeah. That was a time that was, just so much uncertainty, and it's just like, what are we doing here? But the local support was just, phenomenal. Like, our landlords were just, very supportive at that time. And honestly, Goodness kind of just became my haven. You couldn't really go anywhere. So some days I would just go to the shop and just have my own little moments, piece. But we did like online orders. We were able to deliver, I think, once we opened up. So that kind of helped us. But yeah, just lots of local support, which was just great.
When it comes to the marketing of Goodness, the marketing and branding, how did you approach that? It's you and your sister, right? With this company.
So now it's just me. So my sister has stepped back to just focus on her professional career. It's a lot. And, you know, she used to make the wooden signs and stuff. So now it's really just me. But yeah, the marketing, it's me. You know, like, so we do all the marketing, all the branding. We just like to keep it very personal. We don't have, it's not like a big team. It's, you know, so kind of just one day at a time. So.
Okay. And do you have an online presence?
Yes. So we're on, you know, the typical Facebook, Instagram. We do have a website, goodness.ky, where you can go. We don't have all of the products on there. It is a bit to manage, but you can go on there and kind of get an idea of what you can see in store, purchase items online as well.
Okay, perfect.
But yeah, I'm mostly on Instagram. I can't keep up with all the different apps. People are like, are you on TikTok? Are you on? I'm like, listen, I'm just wrapping my head around Instagram. So yeah, but we're on there. We have a really good online presence, I'd say. So yeah.
Do you want to scale at all? Do you see the business growing, or are you okay with where you're at right now?
I mean, growth is always, you know, a thought. So over the next few months, we will be expanding on some products and different offerings that we have in store, and working on different partnerships with some other local creatives over the next few months. So stay tuned.
Any hints? Any hints?
Follow on our Instagram.
Okay, all right.
Yeah. But yeah, I would say definitely by summer we should, you know, have some new things, new offerings in store, which is very exciting. So yeah.
Okay.
Always growing, doing something new, trying new things. So yeah, I'm excited to see where that takes us.
And when it comes to realizing what works in the store and what wasn't working, how did that process go? Like, did you get it through feedback or just knowing that people are not picking up what you got on the shelves? Were customers telling you, we want to see more of this?
Yeah, we do take feedback from what customers will come in and ask for. Other than that, it's really just, you know, business analysis of seeing, you know, what is selling, tracking what's selling, what's not selling. So it's really just an ongoing process. You have things that, you know, up and down, comes in waves, you know. 1 month it's, you know, not a lot of traffic. Next month it's like, okay, I'll, you know.
We have no stock.
Person alone. Yeah, it's like, okay. Yes. So, yeah, it's just, every day is different. No day is the same. So it's interesting. Keep us on our toes.
Now, I've also seen, I don't know how long it's been, but you've been offering some workshops. Like, I swear there was, I think, a candle making workshop.
Yes.
So tell us about this, how you got started with that.
So the candle making workshops, or the workshops in general. So the summer of COVID, we actually ended up moving to a bigger space. So that space allowed us to, you know, have more products. And then a year after we moved into that space, the tenant behind us moved out. So we decided it would be so awesome for us to have our workshop space to make our own products and to offer like a little community space.
Yeah.
And that essentially just blossomed into us doing a few workshops. So right now we offer like candle making, sip and paints. I don't know if you're familiar with like the resin work, like how it looks like the ocean and stuff.
Yeah, I love resin work, yeah.
Yeah, so we've been doing some of those. And then we just have other different small community events. It can be so expensive here to rent and host a space.
Yeah.
So yeah, you know, if we have like, you know, a small nonprofit or anyone says they want to have a space to do something, we're always willing to work with them to kind of offer our space for them to, you know, do what they need.
I think that's awesome. That's a very good kind of expansion of services.
Yeah.
And connecting community still.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's definitely all about community. And when we're not working or hosting, I'm just back there hiding.
So, I mean, I know in the very beginning, I said that you are still in your your professional realm of life as well, aside from Goodness.
Yeah.
Are you still working in professional services at all? Or
So for the past year, I've been 100% with Goodness.
Wow, that's amazing. So I was wrong there. Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you.
That's a huge move.
That was a huge move, yes.
And how did you make that decision and say, this is the right thing to do for me right now?
Different circumstance. It was a quick decision. But yeah, I just thought, goodness has been doing so well for the past 5-6 years with me kind of giving bits of myself. I think I was reaching the point of burnout, and I kind of had to decide, do I want to bet on myself, or do I want to, continue this,
struggle. Yeah.
So, I mean, I was just like, I wasn't completely happy where I was, at that point. So it was just like, well, what's the worst that can happen? Give goodness 100%, see, how that works out. And what's the worst that can happen? I go back to corporate. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I just bet on myself. I had great support at home. And yeah, everyone was just like, you can do this. You've got this. You've got the support. So yeah, I just bet on myself, and here we are a year later, and
that's amazing.
Still going.
Congrats. I didn't know that. So that's absolutely amazing. Congratulations to you. I love it. I can say that earlier in the year, I got a gift. It was from the Cabinet Office. Thank you, Cabinet Office. But it was a grief box. And I'd only known of one other company locally that offered something like that. And so when I saw it was from Goodness, I was like, oh, wow. I had no idea, which also then just sprang more ideas in my head. Got to go back to the store, Kathy. And it's a very, very thoughtful gift to make. But for something like that, where did you say, hey, Cayman could use this?
So we actually don't offer specific grief boxes. So I know who you're talking about, Rhonda, who does the specific grief boxes.
Yeah, my box of hope,
Yeah, which is lovely. Yeah. We don't offer specific grief boxes, but we will get from time to time people message us to say, we would like a gift box and this is the occasion. So I think that's where yours came about. And, we've had a few of those. So again, just trying to be, more personal and intentional of like, okay, what is this person going through and what can they appreciate during this time? But not to say that we have a curated, already set packages of grief boxes. So if you, message us or get in contact with us and you say, I'd like to put a gift box together for someone who's had a loss or is celebrating a birthday or has accomplished this, then we kind of curate it based on that. So we like to just be, again, intentional and personal.
I love that.
Yeah, because I feel like,
that's a really good idea. And in my opinion, something that you should try to push a little bit somehow.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we do get good traffic for the gift boxes, but in terms of like the preset ones, we feel they can be a bit generic. I mean, nice, but we like to be, again, just a little bit more intentional. So if you're like, Kathy doesn't like this. And we have those, she doesn't like this, or her favorite color is this. And we'll try to like build it around that individual so that when they get it, it feels like, wow, this is me.
Yeah, it was personally made for me. Yeah.
So
I love that.
Yeah.
Okay, we got to wrap, but I'd like to know where you would like to see Goodness go. What is your vision in the next few years?
Just continued growth. It's just been phenomenal to see and work with the local creatives and to see them, a lot of them started out as just a hobby, you know what I mean? Especially during COVID, a lot of them, started crafting and, taking a chance. And it's just been really fulfilling to see them, take that chance and to see how they've grown in their craft and personally. Because, we try to also build, relationships with them as well. They're not just vendors, you know what I mean? We're kind of like a family community, Goodness. So yeah, I mean, just the continued growth to see where it gets us. I mean, it's just fulfilling in that sense for me. Like I said, we have a few different things in the pipeline of, things we want to expand on. So it's just going to be interesting to see how those, come about, and they're going to flourish. So yeah, I'm just excited to see that. And it's just great for me to just be able to share these with my kids as well as young Caymanians growing up, to just encourage them, to, if they want to be young entrepreneurs, at some point in time, that they have the local support as well. So,
it's very important. I think that's great. And as you said, you bet on yourself.
Yes.
And I think that's one of the most important things you've said here, because that's trusting yourself.
Yeah.
And a lot of the times we tend not, we'll gaslight our own selves.
We'll
for
trust
why.
everyone else but ourselves. We're like, maybe not this year, or maybe not now, or
yeah, but why not?
But why not?
Yeah.
What's the worst that can happen?
So I'm proud of you. I think it's awesome.
Thank you.
Let people know where you're located and how they can find you on socials.
Yeah, so socials, you can find us at goodness.ky. Physical retail space, Caymanian Directions is across from Royal Bank in town. It's the same building as FedEx, so that's 31 Shedden Road, so downtown. But yeah, we're there Monday to Saturday, 10 to 5. You can find us. Sometimes, we're in there on Sundays for a little workshop, but, standard Monday to Saturday, 10 to 5, you can find us there.
All right. And goodness.ky for the website?
Yes, goodness.ky for the website.
Where people can also order online. And remember, if you're like me and you're looking for gifts for people, especially if you're traveling,
yes,
or people are coming here and want to take stuff home, send them to Goodness.
Yes.
Because it's a great curation of locally created items and brands that are in there. Not just local as well, but a big support for a local system.
Yes.
So I love it. All right.
Thank you, Kathy.
No problem. Thanks for joining me on The Buzz. It was great to have you and just to catch up with you. I haven't seen you in a minute. And thanks to all our listeners for hanging out and being with me on The Buzz this morning. I will be back with you on Thursday. The Buzz is proudly sponsored by Cayman Insurance Center, specializing in property, life, and other lines of insurance products and services. And Kirk Market. Experience a world of choice.